Ever heard of Yuri Gagarin? He's celebrated as the first human to journey into outer space. But what if he wasn't the first? What if others went before him, only to be lost forever, their fates erased from history? This is the chilling story of the lost cosmonauts. The official records from the Soviet Union are clear. Gagarin's flight on April 12, 1961 was the first successful crewed space mission. But a dark and persistent theory suggests the Soviets had several earlier launch attempts, all ending in catastrophic failure. These missions were allegedly scrubbed from the history books to maintain the image of Soviet superiority during the intense Cold War space race. The cosmonauts on board, they became ghosts, silent wanderers in the cosmos. So, where does this theory come from? Much of it hinges on the work of two Italian brothers, Achille and Giovanni Giudico Cordiglia. These amateur radio operators built a listening station in an old German bunker near Turin. Throughout the late 1950s and early 1960s, they claimed to have intercepted multiple radio transmissions between Soviet spacecraft and their ground control. These weren't triumphant messages of success. They were fragments of tragedy. One of their most disturbing recordings, allegedly captured in May 1961, features a cosmonaut's frantic voice reporting that the spacecraft is veering off course. The message grows more desperate until it fades into silence. Another transmission from November 1963 supposedly picked up the final moments of a female cosmonaut. Her panicked words paint a horrifying picture. I am hot. I see a flame. Am I going to crash? Yes. I am hot. The transmission cuts out abruptly, leaving only the chilling static of empty space. The brothers even claim to have recorded what sounds like a failing heartbeat, a human life literally fading away, broadcasts across the void. These recordings sent shockwaves through the West. Newspapers ran sensational headlines about Soviet cosmonauts burning up on re-entry or being lost in deep space. The story was compelling. A technologically advanced but secretive regime sacrificing its own people for the sake of political victory. But were these recordings genuine? Skeptics argue that the Italian brothers could have faked the transmissions. The Russian language used in the recordings has been criticized for grammatical errors and strange phrasing, suggesting it might have been spoken by non-native speakers. Furthermore, some of the intercepted signals could have been from uncrewed probes or even ground-based training exercises. The Soviets, of course, vehemently denied all claims, dismissing them as Western propaganda. Despite the skepticism, the stories persist. There's the account of Vladimir Ilyushin, a decorated test pilot and the son of a famous aircraft designer. Rumors circulated that he actually flew into space a week before Gagarin, but his re-entry went horribly wrong, leaving him severely injured. The Soviets supposedly covered it up, sending him to China for medical treatment under the guise of a car accident to avoid the embarrassment of a failed mission. This story, too, is officially denied, but it adds another layer to the mystery. Perhaps the most terrifying part of this theory isn't the cover-up, but the image it creates. Imagine it, cosmonauts trapped in their tiny metal capsules, drifting helplessly into the infinite black. Their oxygen runs out, their communications fail, and they are left utterly alone. In the perfect vacuum of space, their bodies wouldn't decompose. They would be perfectly preserved, frozen mummies in metal coffins, orbiting the sun or floating into the interstellar abyss for eternity. Are they still out there? Silent witnesses to a secret history, forever lost among the stars. The truth about the lost cosmonauts may never be fully known. Were they real heroes whose sacrifices were erased? Or are they just characters in a Cold War ghost story? The official narrative says one thing, with the static-filled recordings from that Italian bunker tell a different, much darker tale. It's a powerful reminder that in the quest for glory, the line between history and myth can become terrifyingly blurred. What do you believe? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into the unknown.